Hello, everybody, and we're back with another class. So, as you know, that this class is really big, and there's a lot of information that we need to cover. So, as I am teaching you through the class, sometimes I'll forget bits and information. I'll write them down, and I'll be sure to remind you. So, let's go over some of our reminders right now. Okay? So, first thing, please do not try to take other people's energy. This is all about your own inner strength and seeing what you can do. Chakras are energy centers on your own body. If you take care of them properly, there's no need to take energies from others and you can generate all of your own. And taking energy from others can be seen in a black magic type of way that we went over earlier, meaning like starting unnecessary arguments with people, trying to take someone's attention 24/7, trying to unnecessarily get people's attention when you don't really need it, when you're trying to cause arguments and catastrophes or whatnot, right? It's all unnecessary. You don't need them to pay attention, you're just asking for too much. So that could be an example of how you steal other people's energy. So you don't want to do that. Think about this in a way that when you see a drawing of a wizard, like a picture of a wizard, the wizard is going to be casting magic from his own hands. It's not like you'll see a wizard casting magic from their friend's hands or anything like that. It's all through your own hands. Okay, so you really don't want to be taking energy from other people, causing distractions, wanting too much unnecessary attention. You don't want to be doing that, and you will be spiritually punished. You can get bad karma from doing that, okay? Especially when the other person does not want to talk to you. You can't force people into arguments. You cannot force people to get their attention, right? You can't. That'll bring you bad karma. Okay? So I will say that this practice is very good. Some people may judge you wrongly or negatively for taking care of yourself in such a powerful way. Don't let them get to you. You are only doing what is best for yourself and your family. This is the most healthy a person could be, which is true. Out of all the diet and exercise advice I've seen over the years, this has got to be by far the absolute best feeling, the best tasting, the best everything, okay? I've never had anything better before. And believe me, I've tried a lot of different things over the years. Um, Unfortunately, there are still people out there in this world that will see you from an outsider's perspective. They'll see you taking care of yourself and they could become jealous or judgmental. Unfortunately, this is a never ending battle between good and evil every single day when you wake up and even when you're asleep. You're still fighting for the good. And unfortunately, there are bad people out there. There are nasty people still. Even in 2024, it's still like there are still bad people out there. Um, and there are a lot of people who will have a problem with you actually taking care of your business. There are people who don't like your success, don't like you being healthy, and it's all for no reason, right? Um, Innocent people deserve to have a good life, okay? That's the whole point of this. But on the other hand, although we do have people that are judgmental and um, all that, the practice is so good that you will have the advantage over others because you earned it. A lot of people may think this practice is hard or maybe even completely wrong. There's gonna be people out there that try to overanalyze and over criticize every little last thing, which I have had people do, but they were still wrong. They still didn't have all their facts straight, so they were just making things up to try to be right, really. Um, you will have the advantage over others because you earned it. Yeah, a lot of people think like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, which we do, or this is too hard, which it's not, but the results are completely worth it. Now, the hard work does pay off. When you are practicing consistently and with discipline, the hard work will definitely pay off, okay? There's going to be a person from the Matrix with no practice and they misunderstand everything we're doing and they'll try to stop us, okay? And it's all a complete misunderstanding. So, what I mean by person from the Matrix is a person that does not practice their spirituality, is a person who does not have their third eye open, okay? So, those people, they will misunderstand everything and they will try to stop, they will stop at nothing to try to stop us or to put blockages in our path or to bring us down in any way they can, all over a complete misunderstanding, and they will refuse to actually look deeper into the practice and understand what it is. And I think I've said this earlier that the only way the only way to know is to try it yourself, which is what I did because I was probably like a lot of people out there who would say, well, that's fake, or there's no evidence, or there's no proof. So I took it upon myself and I thought, well, the only way to really figure out if it is true. Some people say it's true, other people say they don't believe it. So what's going on? The only way for you to understand, the only way for you to know for sure is to try it yourself. Okay, that is the only way. And so I was one of those people. I tried it myself. I realized, you know what? It does, in fact, work. Everything does work. Okay? So, another point that I need you to remember in the Emerald Tablets, when darkness is spoken or acted, you must speak back with the light. Okay? So, people who are attacking people of the light, our spiritual team, they do get attacked a lot by people who do not have their eye open. And so we must speak back with the light. We must stand up for each other with the light, okay? And when you speak back with the light, a lot of people could play the victim. A lot of unawakened people, they will play the victim. Do not feel bad for them. It's all emotional manipulation. Don't feel bad about speaking back with the light. Don't feel bad about standing up for other people of the light, okay? Another good important tip that you need to learn is that when you open your third eye and you're becoming vegan, right? It is normal for you to hear ringing in the ears. At first, if you don't know what it is, a lot of people would get concerned, but this is completely normal to hear ringing in the ears. And in fact, it is quite peaceful. And another thing you need to look out for is that when you are practicing consistently with the veganism and the raw, of course, we want to be aiming more for raw fruits and vegetables. Try to stay away from anything cooked. Of course, we occasionally like our cooked food, right? It's fun, it tastes good, but mostly the main thing is to be organic, raw, non GMOs. So, yeah. But when you want to get off your diet, when you want to have vegan junk food, I will warn you that after you digest it, the effects are a lot more noticeable. I know at first in your mouth it tastes good, but once it hits your stomach, you're gonna start feeling it a lot more. So, I mean, maybe do that when you don't have anything to do the next day or things like that because you're definitely going to feel that hit your body. So, just a heads up so you can plan ahead. So, I have a bit of assignment for you guys to do after you go through this class today. There are two documentaries, one on the Kali Yuga and another documentary on transhumanism. These are two really good documentaries. I'll put the links for them in the description. So with these documentaries, they already have like millions of views. But if you haven't seen them already, please go watch them. Or if you have seen them, probably you want to review them and see them again. Okay, because this will give you a very good, deep understanding on what we are trying to achieve with all of these classes. I like these documentaries, they're really interesting, and I think you should go see them. So, next up, we have a very special announcement that we were so lucky to meet up with Zachariah from Embodiment Celestial. So, thank you so much to him for taking the time out of his busy day to come and see me and talk to me. That was really, really, really nice of him. Okay? So, I live in Las Vegas, and he was in town doing debates on podcasts. He lives in Hawaii, so it's not very often that we actually have the chance to go see him. So I decided to send him a message, be like, hey, would you be willing to meet up? I actually have a book right here that I'm going to give to you. So, this encyclopedia of herbs, I had an extra one, a brand new copy, and I was like, you know what, we'll go ahead and give him one. And so I handed him the book and he looked through it for a minute. He's like, wow, I've never seen anything like this. And he really appreciated it. He liked it. And um, the reason why he did take his time out, um, so yeah, he showed me on his phone. He had tons of messages, tons of calls, right? But he said, you were really lucky that I actually answered your message because people have been calling me nonstop, right? So you're really lucky that I actually came to see you. And so the reason why is because I did give him a copy of one of these books, because inside of the book are lots of protection magic. It's lots of energetic protection wards and things of that nature. So he was psychically, with his third eye, of course, this is what we're all about, this is what we're teaching, that with his third eye, with his psychic mind, he was told to come see me because I could give him the book that will teach him how to better protect his energy. Of course, if you have been following him on social media, he will be saying that, yeah, like people have been giving him a hard time recently. Sorry, uh, my leg was falling asleep. Yeah, people have been giving him a hard time with his teachings, with his business. So I decided to give him a book of protection magic so he can better be protected. And I'm really glad that he did come. Right? So that was his psychic mind saying, hey, I know you're busy, but you should go see her, get that book. That's the power of using your psychic vision. That's the power of being at the right place at the right time, okay? I even talked, he was nice enough to talk with me for a moment, right? He took like a bit of time to talk with me. And I was telling him, like, yeah, I've been teaching my own class with some of my own work, but I've also been referencing a lot of your work. And he said, yeah, no, that's great. We want you to be using our information. And I told him, like, yeah, I've been giving them a few key points of your work, but I still tell them to go buy the books. And he said, wow, that's really great. Thank you so much. But yeah, you're more than welcome to teach everybody using our information. Because at the end of the day, what we want is to pull people out of the Kali Yuga, balance out the Kali Yuga. If you watch the documentaries, and we really want to heal people and get people protected. Of course, like I said, innocent people deserve to have fulfilling lives. We want to heal people, we want to make people happy, and the more people who are happy, the less evil we have to deal with on a on an earthly scale, on everything that's happening on Earth. We need to lessen the evil, right? Yeah, he was very cool. He was really, really nice too. He walked up to me and treated me like I was his friend for years already, which was like really, really cool. Yeah, but this is the first time he has ever met me. But he still treated me like a good friend, right? He told me a few secrets, and he did have the idea to invite me back to lunch so we can talk more, which was like really cool. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that because I had to be at work, and he still had a lot of business meetings, and we didn't have the time for that. But it's the thought that counts. The fact that he would even offer to bring me back for lunch to talk more, like that really means the world, and I really do appreciate it. So yeah, he ended up following me on Instagram. He subscribed to my YouTube channel, and we have a picture right here. He was a very, very sweet guy. So thank you. But yeah, he was telling me about all of his podcasts, all of his debates in the podcast, and honestly, he's been doing that all week, trying to tell conventional, traditional doctors that this new way of healing yourself, this new way, that it is better. The new way is better. And he's just been getting shot down by all these traditional people. And they don't understand that it's new. So I could feel that energy coming off of him. It was a bit stressful, honestly, that we had to go, like, he had to go through all those debates. I kind of like felt that coming off of him. I'm like, yeah, that energetically feels really heavy, right? So yeah, after that, I did have to cleanse my energy pretty well because that was a lot of stress. He's been doing a lot of stressful things that week. But anyways, that about sums it up. So thank you so much again for coming out to see me. I really appreciate it. So let's move on. So right here we have colorism. Colorism. Use the colors for each zodiac sign season to focus on the energies. So let's go over to our reference page on zodiacsign.com. I really like this website for a lot of different reasons, and I'll go over them during this class. But this one is going to be our best reference, okay? So let's say Virgo, for example. The season right now is Virgo, and as you can see, if you noticed in my previous classes, I've been wearing outfits of certain colors, right? So we have a beige cardigan, and we have a gray dress on right now. So it's Virgo season right now. It is August 28th, and of course we are in the dates right there. So it's August 28th right now. Virgo, gray, beige, pale yellow, and of course I'm wearing gray and beige, right? So I like to wear outfits, clothes, makeup, nail polish, socks, maybe like jewelry, anything you can to try to match the colors of the season, okay? So you can focus in on what type of energies we're dealing with at the moment. If you wear a uniform, maybe something small like socks or bracelet or nail polish or makeup, that would be fine. Or you can make a suit or a blouse, or pick out a suit or a blouse if you have the option to. Another thing that I do, I like to go on my social media and I like to update my profile picture. So I'll put on my makeup, my clothes of the color of the season, and I'll update my profile picture every season, right? Of me wearing the colors. on time, of course. So as soon as the season changes, you should change your profile picture of you wearing the colors, just so we can understand and feel the energies of the time. So make sure that you are in alignment, you're on time, right? Another tip that we can get into later, but if you already know about this, that's great. Wear colors of the sign as regular through the year, but sometimes we have Wheel of the Year holidays, and when those days come around, you can change up your outfit for the holiday. Remember that timing is everything, and you need to be on time for the exact day. The exact day. So when the Wheel of the Year holiday comes around, you have to do it on the day. On the day. Okay, not before, not after, but on the day. It's very important. Okay? And we'll get more into depth later. Like the same thing with the moon. The same thing with the moon. Okay? You have to do the moon on the day. Not before, not after, but on the day. You have to change seasons on the day, right? Okay, so moving on. You guys are going to need to rearrange your bedroom. And this is very important. You need to put your bed on the compass. So head facing north and feet facing south. This was also in the Emerald tablets as well, if you read them. I like to read them a few times a week because they're supposed to do 100 times. But yes, the bed on the compass. Head it north, feet it south. Use your mapping GPS, right? Use your GPS on your phone or whatever, and take your street and figure out where you are on the map. Figure out what place you're at, okay? And move your bed, okay? So after you move your bed and you've been sleeping on north and south, the reason why we do this is because that is the electromagnetism of the earth. So when you align your chakras to a certain direction, it'll align with the magnetism, electromagnetics on the earth, okay? So after you start sleeping north to south on the compass, you are going to start seeing angel numbers. If you are a person that says, oh, well, I haven't seen them, that's probably why, because your bed is not on the north and south. But now you should be able to see angel numbers, and please take note of this little guide that we have right here. Write it down or take a screenshot or something of that, and you can always refer back to it when you do see that you see repeating numbers somewhere. So place your crystals under your bed. Some crystals are good in the office. Some crystals are good to be near the bed. Some crystals are good to be carried in your pocket. It really depends on the type of crystal. So you can go ahead and go to Google or your search engine and you can search up amethyst, where to place in your house. Amethyst is good near your bed. Red quartz, where to place in your house. Well, red quartz is really good to carry with you in your pocket and things of that nature. So with the crystals that are good for your bed, you want to lay on your bed and put like a little marker or use the crystal to mark where your chakras are on your body, so then you can properly place the crystal under your bed in a chakra formation. Each crystal is assigned to a chakra, or sometimes even multiple chakras. So you can look up whatever chakra the crystal is related to, and you'll put the crystal underneath your bed on the chakra. And I would say maybe use some feng shui to better arrange your furniture if possible. But you do have to remember that the bed has to follow the compass, okay? So maybe try to work around that or incorporate both of those things. Moving on. How to understand your birth chart signs. Okay, so first of all, you want to probably find your birth certificate to double check the exact city and time of birth, okay? Make sure you double check all of your information so your calculation is going to be accurate, okay? You want to use any type of birth chart calculator, so you can look up birth chart calculator, and you can use any one of these. Cafe Astrology is fine, right? And if you're one of those people who are too skeptical for life, you can look on many different, you can like go to this website, you can go to this one, you can go to this one. They're all going to say the same thing. It's not made up, it's not fake. They're all going to say the same exact chart, okay? Don't be afraid of actually putting in your real information. Now, these websites are only for calculating purposes. They're not going to steal your information. There's no reason to be afraid of this, okay? They're just going to give you some information on what zodiac signs that you have, okay? So I also have a mobile app. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it up in the store real quick so you can see what it looks like. So go ahead and download this app called CoStar. And this is what it looks like in the App Store. CoStar. And this is what the app looks like when you run it on your phone. And what I really like about this is that it has daily affirmations, it has an update. It gives you, when you go to the tab of you, it tells you daily what you have power with, trouble with, and all of these things. So say, for example, you're going to have trouble with your social life today because what? Neptune, let's see what's going on. Neptune is at a semi-square, right? So things of that nature. It'll give you the heads up for every single day. Also, what it does, if you go to the main page and you scroll down, it gives you a daily do's and don'ts, okay? Do's and don'ts for the day, so you can make sure that you are in alignment and that you have some type of activity to make you feel good about yourself. If you need any guidance or any ideas, that's really great, okay? So you need to use your birth chart calculator to know the signs for each planet. North Node, Lilith, Chiron. It would be a good idea to either screenshot your results, email them to yourself, write them down, whatever you need so you can remember what's going on, okay? You really need to take notes so you can use them later. So we like to use zodiacsign.com because this website is just so detailed. They have so much information and they really did a really great job with describing everything. So they have these little drop down menu of astrology. You go to the astrology, you can go to planets. They'll tell you all about the planets: Moon, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. And I would sit here and explain every single one of them, but you're going to have to go explore this website on your own and understand what these all are by yourself. Because if I showed you myself, this class would be way too long. So in your free time, when you have the time, you need to look at these. Okay? They also have in this drop down menu the houses. So you use these buttons, the first house. So say for example, your ascendant. Your first house is going to be your ascendant. So example, mine's in Scorpio. You can scroll down. When you click on the button for first house, scroll down. First house in Scorpio, and it's right here. Scroll down and you can read it for yourself. Okay? So you get to know exactly what type of energies that you're supposed to be checking in with. And they all have different meanings. All these houses all have different areas of life that they represent. So it's really good to just practice reading them so you can have it ready to go in the back of your mind. Like I said, this is all about studying, practices, consistency, okay? What I also like about this website is that they have this zodiac calendar, so on your birthday specifically. So, for example, mine is May 27th. It'll give you more in depth information on what your purpose is and give you an idea of what types of energies, activities, and things that you need to keep in mind so you can have the best success in your life, the best success. Another thing that I like is when you go to the zodiac signs, they have all the signs right here. So, say for example, okay, well, we're in Virgo season, so let's use Virgo. It'll give you element, colors, quality, day, planet, compatibility, numbers, dates, strength, weaknesses, likes, dislikes. It's very like detailed that you can come in and read up and memorize in the back of your head, okay? And if you go down, what I also like about this website in particular is that they have this horoscope. You can click on the weekly horoscope and you can go ahead to 2024 for each sign, and they give you an entire yearly horoscope with lots of really good advice that you can keep with you during the year. So that's why I really, really like that website. So, cusp. I know a lot of you may have heard the word cusp at some point in your life. And what a cusp is the 7-day period before and after a sign changes. So we're in Virgo season right now. So let's go back to Virgo. August 23rd was when it started. It's August 28th right now. So we are still on the cusp because the energies just changed. The previous sign was Leo, so we changed from Leo into Virgo, right? Leo to Virgo, August 22nd to 23rd, right? So it's when you're changing zodiac signs into another, it's not a abrupt change. It's more of like a gradual change that intertwines with each other. So you have a bit of Leo energies, you're going to have a bit of Virgo energies too, because we just changed the sign. North Node. What is the North Node? So, I don't know if you guys are going to understand this. It would be useful if you don't understand, probably try to look up an article or a YouTube video that explains this better, but in simple terms, life has ups and downs, and there is a pendulum that swings up and down during your life. And in order to stay with the upside of the pendulum, you need to stay in your North Node energy. Life has ups and downs, but in order to avoid the downs, you need to stay in your North Node energy. So say for example, my North Node is in Leo, so I want to stay in Leo energy so I can avoid the downs in my life, okay? That's probably the easiest way I can explain that. Lilith. Lilith is a sign of challenges that you need to be aware of, any negative traits. So, for example, my Lilith is going to be in Scorpio. So, we're going to go back to our reference Scorpio and look at any of the weaknesses of Scorpio. So, these are all the things that I need to avoid. So, people try to make me jealous. I've had people try to make me jealous on purpose. So we need to focus on not letting that get to you. Yeah, people will try to make you jealous. Don't let it get to you, right? I need to learn how to trust people sometimes. Or just be like wary. Of course, don't be stupid. Yeah, don't be stupid. I will not manipulate people to get what I want. You also want to avoid that. Don't be violent, of course, it's illegal, and things of that nature. And lastly, Chiron. Chiron is also called the wounded healer. In simple terms, it refers to what qualities you can offer to help others. So, for example, my Chiron is going to be in Sagittarius, so we're going to go in and click on the Sagittarius button. So I could be generous, idealistic, and have a great sense of humor for other people. Sagittarius is optimistic, full of enthusiasm. So that's what I can do for my friends. Like, oh no, this is going to be great. Or you're going to have an amazing time. Or you guys are going to do so well. I bring in the optimism for my friends. Okay, that's what you can offer to other people. So this is about it for this lesson because I don't want to make it too long. We have a really, really long one next time. But your assignment is to watch those documentaries and also explore this website so you can memorize our references and understand what types of energies that you need to be tapping into. And I will see you in the next class. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.